everybody. So, it's chapter 3 to read Anne and the Green Gables of Anne's story. So, let's start. So, it'll be... The chapter name is Marilla Cuthbert Is Surprised. Do you guys remember last time's story? Last time, Matthew was surprised because he was expecting a boy to help his work, but a too much talker girl was in the station. Let's start. Chapter 3. Marilla Cuthbert Is Surprised. Marilla stopped in her tracks with Matthew, and a strange little redhead walked in. "Matthew Cuthbert, who's that?" she said. "Where is the boy?" "There wasn't a boy. There was only her," he said. He nodded to the child and suddenly remembered he had never asked her. "Why could there not be a boy?" Marilla asked. "We sent words to Mrs. Spencer to bring us a boy." "Well, she didn't. I asked the station master because I couldn't just leave her there in any event, no matter what mistake we made." The child remained silent, her eyes roving from one another. She dropped a bag. You don't want me because I'm not a boy." "I might have known that it was so beautiful at last. I'm going to burst in tears." And burst into tears she did. She buried her head in the hands and started to cry. Marilla and Matthew looked at one another. They didn't know what to do. Well, there's no need to cry," Marilla said. "Yes, there is a need." She looked around. "If you were an orphan, you and your older new home isn't really yours because you weren't a boy, you would cry too. This is the most tragical thing that ever happened to me." Something close to a smile crossed Marilla's lip. Although it had been so long since she smiled and hard to tell. We don't have to cry anymore. We're not going to turn at you tonight. You'll stay until we learn what happened." Marilla thought of one more thing. "And what is your name?" "Anne Shirley," she said rather sadly. "But please call me Anne, spelled with E." "What does the difference make?" Another rusty smile crossed Marilla's lip. "Oh, it makes such a difference. It looked much prettier for one. Anne is with an E. Much sounds romantic, don't you think?" "Very well, then. Anne, spelled with E. Can you tell how this mistake was made? Were there no boys at the orphanage?" "Oh, yes, there's many. But Mrs. Spencer said quite clearly that you wanted a boy, about a girl, about 11. So they sent me." Matthew turned to Anne turned to Matthew. "Why didn't you tell me this at the station? If I hadn't seen White Way of Delight in the lake shining water, it wouldn't be so hard. It was so tragic." Oh. What on earth she mean? Lake of shining waters? She's talking about things we on the ride home. The lake is Barry's pond, Matthew said quietly. "I should go out and tend the mare. She'll need water." He went quickly outside. "Let me hang up your coat. Then, when Matthew comes back, we'll have a supper and talk about this later." Anne couldn't eat, though she nibbled at her food, but it was hard to swallow. Please don't think poorly of me, that because I can eat. I really wish everything is very nice. Marilla looked at Girl. She was so tired and sad that she could barely sit up straight. Maybe it's time for bed. Maybe it's time for bed. 2 times I did. Nothing can be done until morning anyway. Marilla said, in the room next to the kitchen there is a bed for the orphan boy, but it didn't seem right for the girl, and would have to sleep in the East Gables room. Marilla picked up a candle and told Anne to follow her. Anne moved slowly, taking her bag with her. She noticed that the house was very, very clean. Nothing was out of space. Now, get ready for your bed. I'll be back up to put out the candle. Anne looked around in the room. It was bare except for the bed, the table, and a chair, and washstand, and mirror. She put on her nightgown and jumped into the bed. Marilla came in and saw Anne's clothes scattered on the floor. She picked them up, placing them neatly on the chair. Good night, she said a little awkwardly. How can you say it's a good night? It's the worst night of my life. And cried. She buried her face in the pillow. Marilla went back to the kitchen. She did the dishes in silence as Matthew sat in the corner smoking his pipe. We should have gone to the orphanage ourselves, Marilla said finally. I'll go see about this tomorrow. The girl will have to be sent back. Well now, Marilla, she's a nice little thing, and she's so set on staying. Marilla was shocked. Matthew Cuthbert! You don't mean you want to keep her? We might do her some good, he said quietly. You could hire a local boy from the chores. Anne could help you. I don't need any help. We wanted the boy to help you. Well now, Marilla, whatever you think is the best. He got up from the chair and went to the bed. Marilla was left alone with her thoughts, and there was an awful lot of them. So, wait a minute. No. So, this will be the end of chapter 3. So, next time, we're going to read chapter 4, Morning at Green Gables. So, what do you think? Anne will be staying or go out to orphanage again and exchanged with a boy? What do you think? Let's check it out in next time in chapter 3. So, I hope you guys don't forget to subscribe and answer the comment if you didn't. So, I think I'll see you guys next time. Bye.